What if your customers are trying to find your business online, but instead of finding you, they find your competitors? Now, more than ever, it's time to make sure you have the right SEO to make your business stand out online. Welcome to Go Mind Your Business with Terry Bork, presented by Extreme Marketing Concepts, putting your business in front of the hungry herd of buyers who are looking for you right now. Extreme Marketing Concepts, helping you drive more traffic, dominate the market, and crush your competition. And now, here's Terry.
And hello, everybody, and welcome to Go Mind Your Business. My name is Terry Bork, and today my special guest is Jeanene Arrington-Fisher with Not a Clue Adventures. Welcome, Jeanene.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, I'm excited to have you. First, I just would like to get started a little bit and share with you a little bit about our sponsor, Extreme Marketing Concepts. Extreme Marketing Concepts can reduce your advertising expenses while dramatically increasing your profits. As the number of people using the internet shop for local merchants continues to rise along the internet, is now becoming an essential vehicle for getting your products and services in front of consumers. Did you know that 81% of consumers are going online first to find out more about a business before they're making a buying decision? To truly understand the full magnitude of this mass migration to the internet and just how vital your role in internet truly is, you need to take a look at some statistics. In 2008, more people were using the internet than the Yellow Pages to find local products and services, and that was according to TMP Direction. 92% of all local searches will eventually convert to a sale for people who go out online, and approximately 10 billion searches are done every single day online. That's 10 billion searches. You want to put your business in front of that number so that they can buy your product or service. Due to the low cost of internet-based marketing, this emergence to the internet as a local marketplace is great news for local businesses, large and small, especially with the limited advertising budgets. By diverting your advertising funds from low-performing promotions to proven internet-based solutions, you can go where the bulk of your customers are, which is online. You can expand your market reach by getting your products and services in front of consumers who may be unfamiliar with your company. You can reduce your advertising expense, and you can get better results from your advertising dollar. If your customer isn't using internet-based marketing yet, you should start immediately. It's more affordable than you think. If your company is already employing internet-based marketing techniques, congratulations on your foresight. However, there may be some small tweaks and things that you might want to do to further increase your profile and your profits online. Extreme Marketing Concepts is here to help. Our staff has over 25 years of experience with internet-based marketing, and we're considered by many people to be experts in our field. So if you're looking at growing your market presence, give us a call at 813-863-1452. I want to welcome our special guest today. Her name is Jeanene Arrington-Fisher, and her company is Not a Clue Adventures. Welcome, Jeanene.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so tell us a little bit about Not a Clue Adventures. What's that all about?
Well, we're a very unique company.
Mm-hmm.
We offer concierge camping services, guided eco tours, guided backpacking trips, kayaking, fishing, hunting. We make sure that we get the novice outdoors, teach them right the first time, and that way they have future positive experiences in the outdoors.
Awesome. I know for some folks like me, camping was done the old-fashioned way as a Girl Scout way back in the day. So are you doing Girl Scout type things with folks, or are you doing other types of things with folks as well?
A little bit of everything.
Mm-hmm.
Girl Scouts don't camp as much as we would like them to have, especially now. Things have just cut back a little bit. But think of this as scouting for big folks.
Big folks, okay.
We've missed a whole generation of outdoors. Respect, nature, experiences. Many adults now have missed that because of both parents having to be at work. If they didn't have a grandparent around that was home during the afternoons to take them fishing or something, they just missed that whole section of life that back in the 50s and 60s, you know, a lot more people were out of doors. We have completely engulfed ourselves into the cities now, and we are suffering for that.
Right. Okay. Well, you have a really unique name, Not a Clue Adventures. Let's talk about that for a minute. How did you come up with such a great name for your company?
Well, I had taken a couple of friends out, and we had done some some tubing on the Rainbow River.
Mm-hmm.
And we had come home that afternoon, and we're sitting in the driveway and just, you know, relaxing from our sunburns. And I just said, you know, I really ought to start a business for all you crazy people who don't have a clue. And within about 15 minutes, the entire business base was figured out. And shortly after that, I went to a Becoming an Outdoor Woman event. My wonderful husband bought me a weekend out with the girls. The FWC offers these programs, and it's twice a year. You get to go hang out with 100 new best friends and learn skills ranging from reading the woods, outdoor photography, a lot of shooting classes, crafts, and they feed you and put you in cabins. And I met a lot of women who just didn't know what to do when they left there. They wanted their family involved. And you have to be 18 years old to attend these, and it's only for women. Well, it's targeted only for women. So I said, well, you know what? I'm going to take the next step, and we're going to move forward, and we're going to teach families how to have a good time.
Okay, great. And they are. You can contact Jeanene at Not a Clue Adventures by 813-749-0904, excuse me, 813-789-0904 to learn how she can help you with camping with your family. What are your favorite kinds of trips that you like to take with Not a Clue Adventures, Jeanene?
My favorites are camping for sure, whether it be a girls' night out or a family trip or a social group, because I get to spend more time with individuals. It's wonderful to be able to find a place for them that's good. Some people want to learn everything. They want hands-on. They want to do everything. Others just want some quiet time with their family. And so we can fit every type of need to be able to teach kids that it's okay for a girl to touch bugs. And it's not bad to have mud between your toes once in a while. To show them different ecosystems and behaviors of animals, and take them and show them raccoon and deer tracks, or spot that hawk or owl in the forest, and get them used to night sounds. And when they leave, I always get hugs, and I always get thank yous, and I can't wait to do it again. I have so many families that say, my kid's got ADHD or ADD, or they're just constantly moving. It's like, I don't have a problem with them. I get them out there, and there's visual stimulation coming from every direction, and these kids just get to play, and that's what they need. They need absolute unstructured play.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. I can hear the passion as you speak and you share with us about what you're able to do with kids. And it doesn't matter what type of ability or disability that they have. They just really enjoy spending time with their family in nature, getting to know all that goes on around them when they're inside their home. It's like a whole nother life outside. Mm-hmm. That's awesome. So, why don't I just want to go buy a tent and take my kids camping? Why do I want to go with you?
Because I take the crap out of camping.
Really?
Or at least that's what,
what
my friend David says. I provide all the gear.
Gear.
I do all the setup. I do the tear down. I provide all the meals, do the cooking. We deal with special diets. I take care of the s'mores. There's no muss, no fuss. All you bring is toiletries, a sleeping bag, a couple of specialty items that you've got to have from home, and I do the rest. And this way you have a chance to learn and use about a wide variety of camping equipment from a wide variety of different vendors and manufacturers. And you decide, okay, if I like this, I kind of know now what I want to buy. But why would a family with 1, 2, 3 kids want to go spend $400 on tents and camp stoves and sleeping bags and everything to take the kids out and realize this is a lot of work? To pack up their whole kitchen and half their laundry room and watch dad struggle with the tent while mom's trying to cook dinner and the kids are running rampant everywhere and nobody knows where the poison ivy is. I can make that experience much more pleasurable. I know how to handle weather changes. I know how to handle bugs. know how to keep the kids busy. This way, your first or second or third experience out in the forest is just much more enjoyable. And then there's a better chance that you'll go out and do it again. Mm-hmm. And you don't have to store all the gear. I got to take it home. I got to clean it. I've got to maintain it. And you get to just put your little bag in the car and drive home, and the rest is up to me. It's taken the stress away from it.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And I know you're talking about you make the s'mores, but which I'm there. If there's chocolate and marshmallows and crackers, I'm good to go. However, I know that it's more than just s'mores that you're preparing for people. I know that you make a mean cowboy breakfast. Tell us about some of the things that you're able to cook with families on camping that's more than just a hamburger or a hot dog.
We very seldom serve hamburgers and hot dogs. Though a lot of time, we deal with vegan diets and people that have gluten allergies or high sugar, high salt issues. But we'll make things. We do a lot of Dutch oven cooking. Mm-hmm. We do a lot of green stick cooking. We do foil packs, so we can have things like Tennessee jambalaya and, like you said, the cowboy breakfast, which you got to try not too long ago.
Mm-hmm. Tell our listeners, what's in a cowboy breakfast? Because I can't even begin to describe all those flavors.
Hash browns, mm-hmm. cheese, eggs, and either sausage or bacon.
Mm-hmm. Right, but maybe it's the way that because it's cooked in the fire, that it has a completely different taste than bacon, eggs, and hash browns at home.
I have given my recipe for my peach cobbler to a couple of my campers, and they've tried to make it at home in their oven versus me making it in the Dutch oven at the campfire, and they say it just doesn't taste as good. Mm-hmm. But I had one little girl tell me because it was made with love, it tastes better.
Well, that always does make everything taste better. Right. So when we arrive at campsite with our family, what do we expect to see?
Well, once we get you settled in, get you in your tent, unload all your gear, then we'll probably take a hike. We'll orientate you a little bit, go over some leave no trace principles because we want to teach you how to behave in the outdoors in a way that's not destructive. Mm-hmm. Then we're going to take a hike. We're going to check out some local animals, different trails, different plants. Teach them how to identify a few different things, show them the differences where people have been and where they haven't been, and mm-hmm. and how to just be outdoors. We come back to camp and the kids just run around like crazy little monkeys having a great time.
There you go.
Well, I cook up a meal and we all sit down family style meals, let the kids play a little bit more. On some of our larger groups, I have this fantastic musician, Benjamin D. Hart. Mm-hmm. He's known as the Cracker Tenor. He'll come out and sing a bunch of old cowboy songs and Florida history songs. He is just amazing. He brings his dog Wrangler and his wonderful wife, Bonnie, and they tell these wonderful stories about old Florida. Uh-huh. So we'll sit and do that around the campfire and have s'mores. And sometimes our s'mores aren't typical with graham crackers and chocolate. Sometimes we make gourmet s'mores with dark chocolate and cinnamon and chocolate chip cookies instead.
Oh, okay. I like the sound of those. I have a yummy tooth. Very fun. Very fun. If we can go back for a second, you were talking about leave no trace. Can you explain what that is? What's a leave no trace? What does that mean?
Well, there's 7 basic principles to leave no trace, and I am a certified instructor in the state of Florida. I am working on becoming a master educator so that I can teach others to teach. But they're very basic principles. Leave what you find. Mm-hmm. Basically, stay on the trail. Be safe with fire. Be nice. Just camp on durable surfaces. We want people to understand that there are more people going into the wild places more than ever. Mm-hmm. And this really started back in the 1960s. And everybody wants to have the same experience. They don't want to go walk a glacier and see where you've gone to the bathroom because you couldn't bury something. Or be walking the trail in the woods, even right here at Hillsborough River State Park, and see little piles of toilet paper just off the trail. People do not want to see that. We teach them, you pick up your waste, you pick up your dog waste. You make sure that you take out more trash than you leave. We want them to, if you see a bunch of flowers, pick one, but pretty much just take pictures. Leave it there, because if you pick one flower, you could be killing hundreds mm-hmm. by taking away the flower that's going to seed. If you find an artifact, leave it there. Let a ranger know about it. Just safe trail practices and just respecting the outdoors. Because if you get close enough to an animal to change its behavior, you've really gotten too close.
Right.
And so we teach people the benefits of zoom on a camera.
Right.
You don't have to get up there and feed a wild animal something to get a good picture. You should never, ever, ever feed a wild animal.
Right. I'm usually like running the other way, but
yeah, I heard about your duck.
Yes. So, yeah, for those of you that don't know, we had a crazy duck in our neighborhood that liked to attack the local folk.
Mainly Terry.
Yeah, no doubt. So, yeah, if it's coming at me in the woods, I'll run as quickly as I can. Oh, that's too funny.
Well, it's surprising how loud an armadillo can sound at 3:00 in the morning. It kind of sounds like a bear coming through the woods because their tiny little nose that's not even a 1/4 inch wide is getting up underneath all of the little leaves and stuff. And it just sounds like this huge Sasquatch coming out through the woods. And we actually take the kids out and put a flashlight and show them. It's like, see, it's nothing. And
okay. So are the kids actually sleeping when they're on these events with you, or in the middle of the night, or do you have them up showing them, hey, this is something that's going on outside?
Well, dinner is usually, especially this time of year, dinner comes right at dusk, and then, you've got a couple hours where the kids are still really hyped up. The first night, they don't want to go to sleep. They're scared. They're wanting to play. They're wanting to just get out there and get into mischief. Night 2, they're usually knocked out by 7, 8 o'clock, and they don't want to move the next morning.
Okay.
We wear these kids out. We want them to have exercise. We want them to experience a healthy lifestyle. And the parents usually sleep pretty darn good, too. Even the Hilton Camper moms that don't really want to be out there sometimes, they do really, really well.
Hilton Campers. I think that's what I am. I'm a Hilton Camper.
I think you're more like a Don Cesar camper. But we're going to get you out there.
Oh, yeah. I enjoy spending the day. I'm much better in the day than I am at night. Do you do daytime things for folks who, really are not necessarily tent type people due to whatever reason, but really want to experience a full day where you're taking us out and showing us sights, showing us things, maybe having a dinner, but not sleeping over? Are those type of things available?
Definitely. We have everything as short as a 3-hour hike up to a full day's worth of activities. We do a lot of different events for social groups that would just be an all-day class. I'm currently working with Crowley Museum and Nature Center down in Sarasota, Florida, where they've got a wonderful children's discovery path where we take school groups for a day and we teach them about the different native species that are from Florida and where they live and what they eat. And so we'll do education there. We'll do eco tours. Right. We're planning to work with the Griffin Ranch, which is another wonderful facility, which is up just north of Ocala. They do have beautiful cabins up there.
Oh, cabins.
And kayaks and jeeps, and we might even be able to, work in some horseback riding and some other different things. So I'm partnering with some wonderful organizations that are expanding, helping me to be able to expand my offerings.
Okay. Well, now you talk about some of these classes. What are some of the things that people learn in these classes? Are we learning how to pitch the tent, or are we learning how to do archery?
Just depends on what you want to learn. When you call me and say, I want to spend a night or two in the woods, or I want my kids to do this or experience that, anything to do with the outdoors, we can teach. I've taught a little bit of archery. We teach kayaking, backpacking, how to pack your pack, what shoes to wear, how to prepare for a day hike or a weekend hike or overnight primitive lightweight backpacking trip. There's just so many different things that we can work with kids on, with families. The girls' nights out are a blast because you get women from every walk of life. And, one of the most asked for things right now is archery. The Hunger Games really opened that up. Yeah, I can't tell you how many kids. Can you teach me how to shoot a bow and arrow?
Right.
So yeah, we get very active with that. I'm also a hunt master with the FWC's youth hunting program, and that gives me the opportunity to also give back some time. And we work with youth hunters, taking them out on their very first hunts.
Very fun. If you just joined us, we're speaking with Jeanene Arrington Fisher of Not a Clue Adventures. You can reach her at 813-789-0904. And if you'd like to find out a little bit more about any upcoming adventures that Jeanene has planned for the end of this year and the beginning of next year, be sure to check out her website at www.notaclueadventures.com. Spelled just like it sounds, folks. Not a Clue Adventures. So, Jeanene, is it just families that we are looking to invite on these vacations with you, or do you do any other types of individuals?
I have taken couples on midnight strolls down on Honeymoon Island, let them walk a bunch of the different trails, and let them have quiet time afterwards. I just slowly walk away and let them finish their evening. I've done anniversary dinners where we can. I've even done roast duck over the campfire for a wonderful couple's anniversary. So there's between doing that, 12-year-olds. It's amazing how many 12-year-old boys want to be Bear Grylls and do the survival things. So we've done birthday backpacking trips. We do afternoon birthday parties at different state parks. The only limit is what you're willing to give up. I've got a lot of ladies that I've talked to that have to have flushing toilets and showers.
Right.
If they're willing to bend a little bit and use primitive facilities, we can get out there and do more crazy things.
Okay. So I'm assuming that we're just not staying then right here at like a little local park. Where are some places that you've gone and taken people?
Oh, goodness. We've been all over the state of Florida, everywhere from Torrey State Park and Falling Waters up in the Panhandle. We've been up to Swanee River. We've done 5-day trips on the overnight trips on the Swanee River.
Oh, that sounds like
and
it's
on
fun.
the Peace River down in Arcadia. We've done some hiking and camping down in the Everglades, over in Wakiva River State Park, Wakiva. I get them confused.
That's okay.
We've really been all over. Oleno State Park has amazing trails with lots of wildlife. You can go to Paynes Prairie and see the bison and the wild horses. And then, like I said, I do work with other ranches as well. So we can get pretty much all over the state.
Okay. Awesome. You're doing all of these type of relaxation activities with families. What do you do in your spare time to relax?
Well, I do have a wonderful husband. I've been married 2 years now, and without his support, I couldn't do half of what I do. I've got daughter, son-in-law, 3 beautiful granddaughters up in North Carolina. I try to get to see as often as I can.
Right.
And my dog, Bo, he loves hiking the trails with us. I do a lot of volunteering with Crowley Museum and Nature Center, with the FWC, Brooksville Ridge up in Chinsegut, doing invasive plant removal and wildlife and habitat restoration. So by doing this, it gets me in touch with, biologists and a lot of people with higher education and environmental degrees. And I can find, really good speaking points to share what they're trying to do with the public.
Okay. Awesome. Okay, we're going to take a short little break so we can hear from our sponsor, and we'll be back in just a moment. You're listening to Go Mind Your Business on allofyourbusiness.com. And welcome back to Go Mind Your Business. My name is Terry Bork, and I am joined by my very special guest and great friend, Jeanene Arrington Fisher with Not a Clue Adventures. Jeanene is a camping concierge, and she has an amazing services that she provides to people and families, getting us out of our house, off our bottoms, in front of the TV, and getting us more in tune with nature and learning what's going on in our environment, how we can maintain it, and how we can have more fun in the great outdoors. So again, back to Jeanene. I want to go over some reasons why somebody would want guided camping in Florida. You talk a lot about location, and I know it matters in real estate. Why does it matter in camping?
Well, again, the very first and most important thing is flushing toilets and showers. Mm-hmm. Some people just cannot separate from that. If you have young children, if you have older children, if you've got allergies, knowing what's blooming, where it's blooming. Some people want to be on the beach. Some people want to be in the forest. Some people want to see waterfalls and see elevation changes. Others want to see the wide prairie. They don't know where to go. Mm-hmm. There are so many places in Florida where you can really get out there and see these different places and environments. And I do my best to learn as many as possible. Mm-hmm. So I can give you a wider option, more variety of choices. We use the Florida state parks. We use the wildlife management areas and swift mud properties, along with private land. Mm-hmm. So we can get people out all over places they would have never expected to be able to go before.
Okay. I'm just curious, and I'm always curious, especially with you, do you have a favorite location that's like your absolutely must-have location, or do you just enjoy all of them so much because they each offer something unique to the experience that you're trying to provide to your clients?
I do have 4 or 5 favorite places to go. Mm-hmm. When we take groups scalloping, there's a tiny little boat ramp that mm-hmm. most people don't know about except the locals up mm-hmm. near Steenhatchee. When we go hunting, I love going up near Dunellen. Mm-hmm. Island camping. Mm-hmm. Anclo Key, Cayo Costa, Pine Island. These are all absolutely wonderful places. For education, the Chinsegut Conservation Center and Crowley Museum and Nature Center are definitely on my list. Mm-hmm. Mariana, if you want to visit the caverns, there are actually caves you can walk through in Florida.
Way. Yeah. Are there really? That's so cool.
The Panhandle. And wildlife, Oleno State Park has amazing wildlife. Mm-hmm. Torreya, it's just like hiking the Appalachian Trail. You can see the leaves changing at Torreya State Park right now.
We have leaves that change in Florida.
We do.
Okay.
So there are so many wonderful places. The Everglades, doing the smallpox down at Clyde Butcher's Gallery mm-hmm. in Big Cypress. It's a totally different experience. To be able to hike Fakahatchee when you got water up to your knees, up to your waist, sometimes up to your chest, and not have to be afraid because mm-hmm. you know what's out there.
Right.
The chance to see a panther in the wild or a whooping crane, or to know where to find these wonderful species. Uh-huh. It's just, there's so much Florida has to offer.
That's awesome. So we're more than just the Sunshine State.
We are.
We're the camping state. Now, is there a time to go camping in Florida that's better than other times to go camping in Florida? Or, when I'm planning my trip, whether it's with myself and some friends of mine for a girls' weekend or a couples retreat or a family outing, how do I best prepare to make sure that I'm going at the optimal time?
Well, that's a great question, especially for people visiting Florida. Because now they don't have to carry their camping gear, their backpacking gear, because I have that. The next thing to know is when to come. The best time to be out of doors in Florida is late October to early May.
Okay.
Even sometimes April, it starts getting warm. But once the sun starts getting hot and we get into our rainy season, you know what it does every afternoon after the sun comes mm-hmm. up. We mm-hmm. have those thunderstorms. Now, if you're prepared for them and you don't mind the mosquitoes, it's something that can still be worked through and managed. But for absolute comfort, December, in my mind, is the best time to camp in Florida.
Mm-hmm. Doesn't get too cold. Some years we have those deep freezes in the nighttime.
That's usually February.
Oh, is that February?
Yeah, I've experienced a few of those.
Uh-huh. I would imagine it's probably more fun to cuddle by a fire than it is to be jumping in some pond. But I don't know. What do people prefer?
The springs in Florida are incredible for swimming and kayaking and tubing. So, the heat of the summer has its benefits as well.
Mm-hmm.
And as long as you know what products to purchase and the different tools that are available to you to keep you comfortable year round, it can be great any time of year.
Okay. Now, if I am, planning a trip, can I work with you? Where you can tell me, you know what, Terry, it's great that you're coming. We're getting ready for your trip. What's best for this type of time frame is for you to bring this, that, and the other thing. Leave this stuff at home. Will you work with me that way as a novice camper?
Most certainly. We don't want you showing up with a suitcase if you're going to have to carry your gear 200 yards into a campground, and we surely make sure you don't have any food in the tents because of things like ants and other nocturnal visitors. So we make sure you are prepared with the right clothing. You know what to expect as far as sunscreen and bug killers and hats and binoculars and cameras. And we don't want you running around in flip-flops on the trail because you might have some issues out there with your feet by the time you're done. So we're going to make sure that we properly advise you on what you need, especially for people coming from up north who are not used to our humidity or not used to our temperatures. People out west, it's a whole different heat than it is here. So we take the time and educate them. We teach them a lot about hydration and what to look for, warning signs. If you don't want to get dry out here, and you don't think you will, but it happens pretty quick.
Right. I know a lot of people, they like to go away on their vacations, but they don't want to see tourists, even though they are tourists at the time, but they want to avoid the typical tourist. Can you take us to places where the average tourists are not, so we can truly see the real Florida?
There are locations in some of our state forests where I have left the campground area and not seen a human being for 3 days.
Really? Oh, that's nice. Still gives you an amazing experience without being on top of another family or another situation.
Exactly. And then if you have a family and you're concerned because you only have one child or two children, if we have almost monthly, we have a group event where we get a number of families or persons together where we can all have a shared experience and have a good time, yet still be in separate tents and still have a distance away from each other. This is wonderful for church groups. We take, the men's group or the women's group or the father-daughter, mother-son kind of trips where you get to, still be around a bunch of other people and share ideas and share the experience.
Okay, great. Do you have any upcoming trips right now that you'd like to tell our listeners about that they can get involved in?
Well, I was hoping to be able to come and talk about our haunted Halloween. But we sold out this morning.
Oh, my goodness. Okay.
We've got about 45 campers that are going to be down at Crowley Museum and Nature Center. They do have a haunted trail that is free, but as far as camping, we're sold out on that one. Our next group event is going to be November 16th, 17th, and 18th, also at Crowley. It's $37 a night per person, and you get to experience the Cracker Village, and you get to let the kids go on the zip line and through the different Children's Discovery Trail. They got a tower that looks over the Myakka River Basin. A lot of great birding out there. There's even been rumor of Sasquatch track being found out there.
That sounds exciting.
It's a wonderful, wonderful location. And then in December, we have Wine Woman Wild.
Wine Women Wild. Wow.
Oh, yes. There should be that fourth W.
Yeah. Tell me what that event's
about. This is going to be the most catered camping trip I have ever done.
A catered camping trip. Okay.
We have Mark Vesh from Vesh Catering is going to be providing the food. Time for Wine's coming out to do a wine tasting.
Ooh.
And we'll have a nice, wonderful wine and dinner. Flint Creek Outfitters and Mountain Khaki are coming out. They'll be doing a small fashion show.
Okay.
We're going to be doing a silent auction where we're going to request that all the ladies that attend bring an item from their closet, very gently used, that they don't need anymore. And everybody's going to be able to bid in the silent auction and get to take a little something home that they like. the money's raised will go to Crowley Museum and Nature Center, and anything not bid on will be taken to Dress for Success. So we'll be helping 2 charities at once, and then we'll do gourmet s'mores. And again, Benjamin D. Hart from the Cracker Tenor, he's going to be out there singing around the campfire. We're going to have yoga in the morning, and Friday afternoon we'll have some spa services. So that'll be December 7th.
Oh, that sounds like a lot of fun. How can somebody get involved in that event? Is it women only?
This is a girls' night, yes.
Okay,
this is
great.
a girls-only trip, and we just ask that you reserve online. We do have a website at nauticallyadventures.com. You'll see upcoming group events, and there's a pay link there. Also on Facebook, we are all over Facebook all the time, and we have an event listing there as well.
Okay, that's great. Any other events that you have coming up that you want to share with us?
In January, we're working with the Florida Trappers Association. We're doing a Trapping 101 for the girls.
Oh, for the girls, okay.
And then in February, we're doing our ladies only hog hunt.
Okay, tell me about that.
Let me tell you, these girls, they go through these Becoming an Outdoor Woman classes, and they get comfortable with their shotgun and their rifle and their handguns. And, they kind of want to hunt, but they don't want to shoot a little doe-eyed deer. And, we just don't want to do that. So, we explain to them how bad the feral hog problem is in Florida. And then, through education, we show them how ugly and mean and nasty these pigs can be and what destructive things they do to the environment. So the next thing you know, we get these girls out there and we get them hunting, and they realize, ooh, pork chops. And they, I had one girl come over and tell me, she says, I just pictured my boss when I pulled that.
Oh my goodness.
So they relieve their stress. But then again, I have other girls I have one girl, she'll bring out her rifle and she'll hand me the bullet. She brings her husband's rifle. She never takes the gun out of the truck. She grabs her book. We take her out to the tree stand. It's the only place, she said, that she can sit for 6 hours and not have a phone ring and be at peace with nature and read a book. And we pick her up and nobody says anything. It's our little secret. Because when the girls hunt together, we all share the harvest. So everybody takes home, wild game, and we teach them how to clean and process and how to cook their meals. And it's very empowering to know that you can actually feed your family when push comes to shove.
Right.
And a lot of single moms are really starting to pick up on this. I have sold out my last 5 hog hunts for the girls, and hopefully we'll be offering combo hunts later this year.
That is an outstanding story. Okay, so let me understand this for a second, though. I understand the hog thing. But if I just want to get away and do some camping, I can do as much or as little as I want. I can participate or choose not to and just, enjoy my time.
That is true.
Okay.
If you just want to come out and you want to throw your stuff in the tent and you want to grab a book or a fishing pole, or you just want to wander around, whatever you want, I'll have dinner ready. I'll let you know what time, and I'll make sure you have everything you need to be comfortable, and I'll just be a little shadow in the background.
Awesome. Okay. So I can have you as in my face or out of my face, for lack of better words, as I truly want.
That is correct.
Great. So I can have a total adventure or a total non-adventure, and my family doesn't have to know
that I'm there.
Okay.
I am CPR trained. I do have some wilderness first aid experience. I can let you know, don't go over there. That's where the poison ivy is. So I'll make sure that you're safe.
Okay.
And other than that, you're on your own. I do not rent equipment.
Okay.
I absolutely refuse to do that. I wanted to try and do that at first, but when 90% of your equipment comes back not in proper condition, I've decided that it's better that I just go along.
Okay. Great. We're speaking with Jeanene Arrington Fisher of Not a Clue Adventures. If you are inspired by these amazing trips that she offers for yourself as your getaway weekend or family adventure or couples retreat, give her a call at 813-789-0904 or visit her website at www.notaclueadventures.com to see her upcoming events. So, I'm curious on something, Jeanene. You talked about going to, I believe you said Orlando, where they have some amazing cabins.
Mm-hmm.
Can you get the same camping experience in a cabin that you can being in a tent? For those of us who need a little bit more than some tarp on all side of us.
It's a great way to get started.
Mm-hmm.
And for some of our, not as active persons, some of my older clients that have bad knees and bad backs and different things, they want a comfortable bed.
Mm-hmm.
They want to be able to use the bathroom and go to the kitchen to get a soda or whatever. We want them comfortable, but we still want them to have that opportunity to enjoy nature. So yes, we can do the cabin camping. They can still have a great time. We can still have the campfire outside. We can still go on hikes. We can still go fishing.
Right.
We can still get in the canoe or the kayak and paddle for a while. But then you have a nice air-conditioned, heated wood structure to climb into in the evening that has a bed.
Right. Okay. Great. At the beginning of the program, we were talking a little bit about scouting events. I know that you do a lot of partnerships with scouts for badges and various things that you do with them. Can you tell us a little bit about some of those things so that scouting trips who are looking for opportunities for their Boy and or Girl Scouts can contact you and get involved with you about?
Well, a lot of beginner scouting troops that are just forming, they don't have all the camping equipment.
Right.
I can help with that. We can help them get their camping badge or the cooking badge, their camping badge, their canoe, knot tying. There's all these different things. And I work directly with the troop leaders. So I've already gotten my certifications with the Boy Scouts to be able to be around the children and don't have any weird, strange felonies floating around out there or anything. So people can do a background check on me. And so this way we can go ahead and we can help these new forming scout troops. I also have some wonderful places that I'm aware of that need projects and different things done. So you've got all these wonderful scouts that are going for Eagle and they really want to get out there and do something for the community. A lot of even high school students have to put in community service hours in order to be able to graduate high school, and I can get them pointed in the right direction.
Okay.
Too. So
neat. I know you recently did a birthday party for one of your clients' children. Tell us about that. What a great variation to a traditional birthday party. How did that go for moms who are looking for a different venue?
Well, on this particular trip, they had the party first, and then there was a certain number of children that remained and camped overnight. And we have a lot of wonderful party favors and different things for the kids. We have crafts for them to do. Everything's themed around the outdoors, and we have this make your own trail mix bar that has different things on it. So they make their own granola and raisins and pretzels and different things, and then they get their own water bottle and different little toy binoculars and different things, and then we go for a walk, which usually for the younger kids isn't too far. And then we'll come back to camp, and they'll have a meal and cake and everything. And a lot of people have smaller children and different. They're not so comfortable leaving their kid overnight camping, but usually there's a core group in the party that wants to stay in camp. I don't babysit. That's something that I teach families how to be involved with each other. So what we'll do is after the people that just came for the party go, then we'll go fishing or do another activity that's nature based. Maybe we'll make pine cone bird feeders or something.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
And,
okay.
Something involving nature, and then.
So are they finding the pine cones? They're finding the things to build their little hut, or are you bringing that with you?
Oh, we do it a lot of different ways.
Oh, okay.
And they can make little things. They just have a really good time keeping themselves busy.
Right.
And, we make sure. I've got this wonderful young lady, Ellie Willingham, with
Willingham's
Taxidermy. She'll bring out a bunch of furs and skulls and bones and teach the kids about animals. And all of these services are available in addition to just the different things that we can offer.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Okay. Another thing that I'm curious, I know that over at Hillsborough State River Park, when you go over there, there's opportunities to go kayaking or canoeing. Are those things that people can typically do with you if those amenities are available in the campsite? Do you have an opportunity for them to get involved in that? Is that something that they have to rent themselves, or is that
it's
built
all
in?
a la carte,
Okay.
but I will go with them. I will teach them the paddle strokes. I'll show them the different things that they'll see from the water, explain to them when and where and how to go.
Okay.
So I encourage people to use the state parks,
Right.
because these are wonderful facilities that have been set aside for us.
Uh-huh.
The state forest and the wildlife management areas, these are all properties that belong to us as a people,
Okay.
and we need to get out there and use them.
Oh, okay. Excellent. But on the hikes, are you coming with us on the hikes, or are we wandering these trails by ourselves?
A lot of times people ask that I go along,
Okay.
and I have no problem doing that because I can teach them about wild edibles. I can show them the best place to see a frog, or how to properly, observe a snake, and just where to step and where not to step.
Right.
So I love sharing all the stuff that I've learned that has been passed down to me, to the families, and the trail's the best place to do it.
Okay, great. Is there any other things that you'd like to share with our listeners about you or your company that they want to know?
Don't be afraid to get outside.
Mm-hmm.
Really, if you don't want to pay anywhere from $20 and up for a trip with me, call me.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me what you want to do. Tell me what part of Florida you're in. Tell me your experience outdoors, and I'll give you ideas of where to go.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not all about making money.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can take a look at my business account right now. I would much rather see people get outdoors
Right.
than to make a profit off of every single person that calls me.
Okay.
If you want to get outside and you don't know where to take your child, and you don't know where a local park is, or you want to go see a certain type of creature or animal or experience something in Florida, I'm going to help you find that location.
Oh,
That's
so
gonna
I don't
best
always
suit.
have to take you with me.
No, ma'am.
But you're going to want to know my experience. Now, after people are going camping with you and doing things with you, are they where can they go to share about their experience that they've had? Do you encourage them to post on your blog, send in their articles, or?
Oh, I ask anybody, go ahead and like us on Facebook. Let us know, how your experience was. Share your stories. And, a lot of times I'll ask for references, and we'll put them up on the website. And we just want honest opinions.
Okay.
I don't get my feelings hurt too easy. I'm pretty thick-skinned.
Okay. Cool. Well, great. Well, we have been speaking with Jeanene Arrington Fisher with Not a Clue Adventures. Again, you can reach Jeanene at 813-789-0904 or learn more about her on her website at notaclueadventures.com. I want to thank you so much for being with us here today, Jeanene. It was so great learning about you and your business, and I encourage our listeners to get up and get outside and see all that nature has to offer, and I know Jeanene can really help you do that. Also want to thank our sponsor today, Extreme Marketing Concepts, putting you in front of the hungry herd of buyers who are looking for you, and I look forward to seeing all of you next time on our show, Go Mind Your Business. I am Terry Bork. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day.
Thank you for listening to Go Mind Your Business with Terry Bork, presented by Extreme Marketing Concepts. If you want to drive more traffic, dominate the market, and crush your competition, find out how by visiting our website, www.extrememarketingconcepts.com. And join Terry next time for another episode of Go Mind Your Business.